All right.
Three
Three pillars of attracting a high value woman. You want to click values, communication, and lifestyle. And we are going to focus first on lifestyle. You can go ahead. All right. So how to demonstrate lifestyle. So do you want to kind of start this off and then I can.
By partying on yachts that's the only way. No. So look, your lifestyle is, again, something for you. Your lifestyle should be to be tactical in relationships. It should be completely things you actually generally like to do that also cross references with the things your ideal girl likes to do. That's going to help you, number one, find her in the first place. It's also going to help you keep her because you have this attractive lifestyle going on for you. Now, when you have that lifestyle going on, and again, this could be religious church, it could be yacht life and tables in a club if that's what you want, and the party, the sexy hot club girl, whatever, you can have that. You can have whatever the fuck you want, but understand your lifestyle is a reflection of it. It's going to help you meet and keep and attract your type of girl. It all really kind of boils under your lifestyle. So how do we best effectively use our lifestyle? Well, social media. Back in the day, 2006, back in my day when I got into this shit, we used to showcase this with stories. And maybe every now and then we take out an envelope of pictures to be like, hey, I got this pictures or whatever. But it's kind of weird, right? Maybe I had pictures in my car, but for the most part, it was the ancient art of storytelling. You had a very captivating, detailed story. You showcase your lifestyle. Now, no one gives a fuck. If you're saying shit, all right, let me look at your Instagram. Girls have a word for this. It's an ancient art that women are profoundly good at, and it's called snooping. All right? They're very good at snooping. They will snoop the shit out of anything you've had back from 10 years ago. They'll find files on you and all this stuff. They all of a sudden, every girl in the world becomes a private detective.
So funny, it's true.
So you got to make sure the stuff that's out there at face value is really good shit. As far as the community goes, it says here, money doesn't buy happiness. Relationships give you the real happiness, right? So have activities you can talk about. Be part of a community that you can bring her into. Better than a date, honestly, yes, dates are great, but bring her to an event with your friend or with her friend where she can see her life and your life merging together.
Yes.
That goes far beyond a fancy dinner date where you just made some interesting conversation for an hour or two, right?
I want to touch on, sorry.
Yep.
I want to touch on, you guys, that is flirting with her without even having to talk to her, right? You are bringing her into your life. I think it's so undervalued when guys, they bring the girl into like a group setting, into a friend's, like, oh, we just started dating. I'm not going to introduce her to my friends. Why not? Why not? That is such an attractive thing. Oh, I don't want to bring her out because what if she starts to like one of my guy friends? No. You're able to show her that you have attractive lifestyle that is going to attract other people into it. Like, it's an evolutionary thing when it comes to women, that we want a man that is known, that has friends, that has a social circle, because that tells us that this guy is safe, right? Typically, women don't go for like loners, right? Now, I'm not saying, because also this could bite you in the ass, right? If you're not into the whole nightclub scene, but you start faking it and you take a bunch of, videos and things like that of you in a nightclub just for your social media, a girl that's not into that scene is going to not be into it. So again, there's also this authenticity factor that has to come into play of what is your brand, right? What is your brand? What are the things that are you into? What are your passion points? How can you start living that lifestyle and starting to record it so you can advertise it on your social media?
You were saying why is it a red flag?
It's such a red flag if you won't introduce the girl that you're interested in or just talking to your friends.
Big red flag. Because also we want to see who you are.
Yeah.
It's such a judge of character who your friends are.
And you should blame evolution.
Blame evolution, right? So it's like I said earlier. So it's ingrained in women to be with men that aren't loners and have been vetted by other people and women. Social proof. That's where you get social proof. Because men who are these things are typically regarded as safe. And it's ingrained in men to always seek out the feminine connection. So no matter how much you may want to swear off women and get frustrated, and this is, you know, so much work, whatever, the desire for them will never go away. So just to kind of wrap that up. Okay, now we're going to move into fantastic beasts and where to find them, right? So where to find your dream girl. Do you want to click? All right, so finding your dream girl. Easy. Venn diagram, baby. Group activities you like doing, group activities she likes doing, and you want to be right in the middle. So if you don't want to, and a lot of guys are like, listen, I really don't want a party girl. I really don't want a party girl. And a lot of guys who say that also aren't really into like the nightclub scene. That's fine. I don't want you guys to have to fake and perform and go out to places that you actually just don't really want. Now, you still have to be realistic. You can't just play Nintendo and sit on the couch all day waiting for girls to appear, right? You still have to go out. But that if you don't want a party girl, don't waste your time at bars and nightclubs on the weekend, right?
You know, the best place to find a girl if you're an introvert is I think it's like a dog park.
Yeah.
Everything is so chill there. There's not any crazy, you know, like group stuff. Everybody's one-on-one with their dogs. You have a built-in reason to talk to her. I really think every introvert, I don't even like anyone branding themselves an introvert. I have a whole talk on that alone. But let's decide that before. Let's just say you do see yourself as an introvert. Like, get a dog. Get the damn dog. And not for the girl, although it'll help you tremendously. Do it for you. I think the best Prozac in the world is a dog.
Well, pause. I also think that a lot of people who have dogs should not have dogs. So don't get a dog unless you can dedicate hours to taking care of it.
I made so many friends from a dog park. So many friends. And honestly, like, I went on dates with a lot of guys that I met at dog parks.
Cats will not work out. I'm sorry. Can't go to a cat park. That's fucking weird.
I would. Cat cafe, baby.
Cat cafe. You can go to a cat cafe. That could
But
be
actually, you know, one of my friends in LA, he used to borrow my girlfriend's dog to go to the dog park to meet girls and to go to outdoor bars and stuff. That dog, it's like it's my wingman. My number one wingman is my dog.
My point is, guys, think outside the box of simply just going, I gotta go bars and clubs. Start thinking of other types of gatherings. All right. If you want a nerdy girl, Renaissance Festival, baby. That show was awesome. There's elves and everything. Anyway, point is, think outside the box a bit.
You want to rave, babe, music festivals? That's my scene. Okay. Actually, Jared, you want to talk about this one? This one's you. Leverage your resources.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, you should be looking at every resource that you have. I have guys right now, he's looking for a girlfriend. He's running paid ads. This guy's a marketer. He's using his resource. He's running ads. He's like, fuck dating scene. I'm going to literally, by geography and look and interests, you can mark people's interests on paid ads, and he could find it that way. Me, entrepreneur guy, I'm like, I'm going to get referrals. I'm going to hit up every girl I know and be like, if you find a girl that checks out, this is after I did the sheet, that checks all my boxes, everything I want as a girlfriend, and you introduce her to me, and I make her, and I don't just like sleep with her and date or whatever, but I actually make her my girlfriend, I'll give you $10,000 because I value this. At the end of the day, think about this, guys. You're paying how many thousands of dollars from us to learn how to find your girl? Well, this was a done for you service. I was looking at it that way. I'd invest in my shit too. I absolutely invest in it. If they could find me an actual girlfriend, hell yeah, right? But use your resource. Just the fact that you're here now or watching this at home, you're leveraging the resource to try to find that girl for yourself and keep her and get her, whatever. So use whatever is around your ecosystem to make this happen for you. Ask your friends. Maybe you don't want to, okay, fine. Maybe don't give them $10,000, but ask your friends. Let them know I have clear intention on it now. I know what I want. I have clarity. Some people are embarrassed. Some people don't want to, they're asking their friends, like, oh, I don't need to help you. Stop that shit. Use your resources, figure it out, because otherwise, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always got.
Right. So these are just some ideas of where you can go, places to meet women who align with your values, right? So I've kind of broken it down into 3 different categories: classes, for a cause, and group activities, right? So obviously you got your classes. You can go to things like Course Horse. You can go to things like just finding little like classes, yoga on the beach, There's lots of places you can go online where you can find where you can different classes that you're interested in, right? If you want to grow, like investing classes, that's something I'm actually thinking about joining soon.
Oh, yeah.
For a cause, right? Especially for all my sober guys that are watching either here or in the recording, recovery groups, you know, and not only just going to these things, because that's part one, right? It's just going. The second part is starting to help throw the events. And the third part is throwing the events yourself. Right. So again, it's not just I'm going to show up and see what happens. It's eventually, if you get enough traction, if you start, you know, getting your name out, okay, now I'm going to start actually helping to throw. And then and then bringing people into your social circle, because then you get social connector status, which is very attractive.
No, when you're the guy that just knows everybody, it's game changer. Goat yoga, you laugh, but acro yoga, that could be an amazing way to meet women. That's something Anna and I want to do ourselves. I'm telling you, when you dial this part in, not only do you meet your dream girl, you are attracting her and keeping her. She's now part of your lifestyle. It really is essential piece of this. For further resources, check these places out. Yay.
Okay, we're gonna stop and do a question. This will probably kind of lead us, because I know last time was actually we ended up spending a lot of time. So this is gonna lead us into towards the end.
We'll do look, so we've already gone through this one. This is for the recording, honestly. We'll do questions at the end, guys. We'll get it for you.
Well, Jared, it kind of is the
so okay.
Yep.
We're taking questions, and by that I mean we're taking questions right now, because that is essential. So, who's got a question? James, what do you got for me, buddy? Is going to the gym help me? No, you should become a fat fuck. Of course it helps.
So Adam, I know that you and I were a little bit talking earlier, and like, yes, always be trying to, you know, every time I'm feeling self-conscious or like, you know, especially when I was single and like, why am I single? Da, 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 da. Instead of complaining, I was like, I gotta get my ass to the gym. I gotta fucking go to the hair salon and get me blonde again. I gotta do, like, I always just look at how can I physically look better, right? Because then I'm gonna feel better. But also one thing I've noticed, like your space, the room that you're in, the house that you live in, like how can you level up your life so that when you bring a girl home, it doesn't look like a college bedroom, right? There's actually decorations on the wall. Like I'm looking at Chris, like I love your little setup right there. There's like posters in the back and whatnot. Like really try and make your house a home. That's very attractive. I'll always quote my friend Janice, who went to our one of my guy friends' house one time, and the first thing she said when she walked in the door is, "This house is a panty dropper." Quote of the fucking century. She's like, "This house is a panty dropper." It was so well decorated. And I think that's one thing. I mean, this is something that Anna can go into too. Style and decor is such an underrated skill set, or I don't even know if it's a skill set, but something to have. Right? So like, Anna, do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I mean, if your house is like, or apartment, whatever is like empty, it's like, I don't know, if you want a woman, if you expect her to stay and want to come back, you want her to feel at home, you want her to be comfortable. If it looks unlived in, it's like serial killer vibes, we don't want to come back, it's awkward, it's weird. It's like, are you just visiting, or do you actually live here? Like if it's really messy, it's just proper etiquette. If you have someone over, you want it to be clean, you want it to smell nice. If you have drinks, like that's awesome.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. Like always have a justifier of like why you're bringing her back. And if she sees that you take care of yourself, again, women want providers, and we don't just mean like your money, but can you also like have a house that looks like something I want to stay in? I'll never forget when I dated that guy in Europe, one thing that I hate, like he was great, but I hated his house. Everything was uncomfortable. There was no pillows on the couch. Nothing was comfy, right? It was just very like barren walls. It was a basement apartment. It was a nice apartment, but it was just not decorated. And it made me not want to stay there. And that's going to ruin your intimacy. So either way, like really trying to think of how you can level yourself up. I also think one exercise that I want to do for guys that maybe weren't here for the second day last weekend, I like the idea of one of my favorite exercises that we did was I want you to imagine the girl. Well, actually, before I go into this, sorry. Before I go into this, does anyone have any more questions? And
Next
you guys
slide.
can raise your hand and talk if you want.
Am I doing next slide, Jamie, or not?
Yes, but the next slide is our last slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, so you want to click all the way through? Okay. So I want you guys to start having a serious conversation. In what ways have you been slacking on making yourself and your lifestyle more attractive to the feminine gaze, right? So if you are looking for the ideal girl, are you the ideal man she wants to be with? So again, I want you guys to really think about this. Who is your ideal girl? And what type of man would she be attracted to? Right? So I want you guys to think about this for a second. So
here's a better one. Or not to say I'm not trying to one up you, Jimmy, but here's a good way for a guy to think of it. If you were a girl, would you want you? That's what I think. If you were your girl, think of your ideal girl. Now imagine you're her. You have her options, her life. You try to really have that you thing, and as her in your mind, do you want you? And not the you, the beautiful you and knowing everything about you, whatever, but the you on paper, the you that you present, the you that she's gonna see early on. If not, then we have some leveling up to do.